Hey everyone, welcome to this video on cloud computing fundamentals for project managers. Let's start with the core principles that make cloud technology versatile. Firstly, elasticity. Imagine your system automatically scaling resources up during the peak demand, like adding servers during a Black Friday sale and scaling down when traffic eases. Self-service. Users can provision resources like storage or VMs instantly. Think of it like a vending machine for tech. Scalability ensures your systems grow seamlessly, whether handling 100 users or 1 million. Broad network access means accessing cloud services from anywhere, your laptop, phone, tablet, across the globe over the internet. Pay as you go is the budget-friendly model. Only pay for what you use, like some electricity bill. And availability. Your services stay online 24/7 with built-in redundancy to avoid downtime. These principles make cloud computing agile, accessible, and cost-effective. Now let's demystify cloud service models. SaaS, software as a service. Ready-to-use apps delivered online like Gmail or Netflix. No installation, just subscribe and go. PaaS, platform as a service, a developer's playground. Platforms like Heroku or Google App Engine handle infrastructure, so you focus on coding apps, not managing servers. IaaS, infrastructure as a service, rent raw compute power, virtual machines, storage, network from providers like AWS or Azure. You control the OS and software while they manage the hardware. And then SaaS, anything as a service. It's the umbrella term for all on-demand services, security, databases, AI, or anything delivered via cloud. Choose SaaS for apps, PaaS for development, or IaaS for maximum control. Where do you deploy your cloud? Let's explore. Public cloud, like AWS or Azure, is shared, cost-effective, and ideal for scalability, perfect for startups. Private cloud is your exclusive fortress hosted on-premise or by a vendor. It offers maximum security for banks or governments. Hybrid cloud blends public and private, balancing scalability with control like Azure for apps, but keeping sensitive data on-premise. Community cloud serves groups with shared needs like hospitals complying with health data laws. We also have multi-tenancy versus single tenancy. Finally, the shared responsibility model is critical. Providers secure the cloud infrastructure while you secure what's in the cloud, the data or the apps. Deployment isn't one size fits all approach. It's about your needs and customization as needed. Now let's discuss on some key cloud terms and concepts. Scaling. Scaling keeps your cloud agile. Think of it as adjusting engine power on the go. Vertical scaling, scaling up or down, boosts a single server CPU or RAM like upgrading your laptop. Simple, but hits physical limits. Horizontal scaling, scaling out or in, adds or removes servers entirely. Imagine cloning your laptop during crunch time. More complex, but massively scalable. Handle traffic spikes, balance workloads, and grow endlessly. Now, redundancy is your safety net. By duplicating data resources across locations, you prevent disasters. These are 5 key benefits: high availability, fault tolerance, improved performance, increased resilience, and improved security. What are the different types? Data, copies in multiple zones, hardware, extra servers on standby, network, backup internet lines. Together, scaling and redundancy keep clouds both powerful and bulletproof. High availability means near zero downtime, critical for hospitals, banks, or maybe even Netflix. How? 3 pillars. Load balancing. These are traffic cops routing users evenly across servers. No overloads, no crashes. Disaster recovery, your digital fire drill. Failover, auto switch to backup systems during failures like a spare generator. backup, restore, and replication, your data lifeboats. Recovery objectives, RTO, recovery time objective. This is the max downtime allowed. For example, must restore systems within 2 hours. RPO, recovery point objective. This is the max data loss acceptable. Something like lose less than 5 minutes of transactions. MTD, max tolerable downtime, the breaking point before business tanks. Plan these and sleep well. Encryption scrambles data into unreadable code, only unlocked with your key. Pros, Fort Knox kind of security. Cons, slight dip in the speed, but it's definitely worth it. Optimization tunes your cloud for peak performance, like auto-scaling. Robots add servers during sales, remove them after. Load balancing, again your traffic distributor. Right sizing, match resources to needs, no paying for a Ferrari to deliver a pizza. And deployment process. Start with assessment, audit the needs, design, build the blueprint, migration, move the workloads, operations, monitor and tweak. This framework keeps clouds fast, cost-effective, and secure. With the understanding of cloud-based principles, now let's deep dive into what is SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS once again. Starting with SaaS, the apps you daily use without thinking about servers. SaaS delivers software over the internet via subscription. Think Microsoft Office 365 for documents, Salesforce for customer management, or Zoom for meetings. No installations, no updates, just log in and go. Why do business love it? Cost effective, zero maintenance, instant scalability, Fort Knox security, and automatic magic. Syncs data across tools while you sleep. From CRM to email, SaaS powers 80% of your work tools. It's tech that just works. Next is IaaS. IaaS is your virtual data center. Rent raw building blocks, servers, storage, networks from chains like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. Need a VM? Spin up one in seconds. The superpowers: slash costs, trade capex, big upfront buys for OPEX, pay as you go. Elasticity, scale resources hourly, perfect for unpredictable traffic. Control, install any OS or software on your VMs. But mind the trade-offs. Security is your job. Providers secure the hypervisor, you got the data and apps. Patch Tuesday never ends. Maintain OS databases yourself. Cost surprises. That tiny VM fleet can balloon bills fast. Yes, which gives maximum flexibility and also maximum responsibility. The next is PaaS. PaaS is a developer's dream kitchen. Focus on cooking up apps, not fixing ovens. Platforms like AWS, Elastic Beanstalk, Azure App Service, or Google App Engine handle servers, OS, and runtime. You just code. Why developers love it? Speed. Develop app in minutes, not weeks. Autoscale handles traffic surges while you sip coffee. Budget friendly, no hardware costs, pay for execution time. But watch the pitfalls. Vendor lock-in. Your app might need rewrites to switch clouds. Shared security. You control the app, providers secure the platform. PaaS, where you build faster and innovate harder. Next is SaaS. This is cloud's ultimate evolution. Every IT service delivered on demand beyond SaaS, IaaS, and PaaS. Its infinite possibilities, which include containers as a service, which runs apps without managing servers, function as a service, execute code per trigger, pay per millisecond, database or storage as a service, security as a service, clouds, firewalls, threat detection, you name it. And why it matters? This democratizes tech. Startups access enterprise-grade tools. Future-proof, new as-a-service models emerge yearly. SaaS isn't just cloud, it's everything served your way. Cloud networking is the backbone of modern infrastructure. Let's decode its pillars. First, software-defined networking. Imagine controlling routers and switches without touching hardware. SDN uses software controllers. to automate traffic routing like a self-driving network. What are the key advantages of this? Agility. Reprovision networks in minutes via APIs. Vendor freedom. Mix Cisco, Juniper, and open source tools. IAC integration. Define networks in code. More on that next. Infrastructure as code. Automates resource deployment using scripts. Think Terraform or CloudFormation, spinning up firewalls, VMs, and load balancers with a config file. No manual setup. Firewalls remain your digital gatekeepers. They enforce traffic rules, blocking hackers while allowing legit requests. Cloud firewalls like AWS security groups scale dynamically with your infrastructure. Finally, DNS, the Internet's phone book. Route directs queries to TLD servers. Top level domains .com, .gov, or .jp. Second level domain, which is your brand. Subdomain, which are the functional areas. Host, the specific machines. Together, these concepts turn rigid hardware into agile, intelligent networks. Let's move on to network connectivity. Network connectivity is your cloud's nervous system. Let's explore its critical components. First, load balancing, your digital traffic cop, distributing user requests across servers to prevent overload and downtime, essential for smooth scaling. Now, secure access tools, VPN, creates an encrypted tunnel through public network like a private subway for your data. Remote access options, secure shell for encrypted command line control, RDP for full Windows desktop access, cloud-based solution like AWS workspaces for virtual desktops. For mission-critical needs, Direct Connect AWS or Express Route Azure bypasses the public internet entirely, giving you a dedicated fiber highway between your data center and cloud. Lightning fast, ultra secure. Finally, HTTPS remains your everyday armored truck for web transactions. Choose the right key for every lock. Moving on to the next topic, which is cloud storage. Cloud storage isn't just a space, it's intelligence. Let's break down its superpowers. Space-saving tech, compression like digital vacuum sealer shrinks files by 70%. Deduplication stores only unique data copies. Imagine 100 identical reports taking space for one. Performance booster caching keeps hot data ready to serve. CDNs, global control delivery networks like Cloudflare, cache data near users. Temperature tired storage, hot storage for frequently accessed data like databases. Premium performance, cloud storage for archives compliance, 80% cheaper but slower retrieval. Capacity on demand, scale storage in seconds, no more buying just in case hardware, pay only for what you use today. Let's see what are the different types of cloud storages. One size doesn't fit all in cloud storages. Meet the specialized solutions. Object storage like S3 or blob storage for unstructured data, images, videos, backups. This scales infinitely, stores billions of objects, metadata rich tagging system. File storage like EFS or Azure files. These are the traditional file folder hierarchy, perfect for shared team drives. Block storage like EWS or Azure disks. Raw storage blocks for VMs or databases, high performance but low latency. CDNs, not storage but its delivery partner. Global server network caches content near users, slashes load times for websites and media. Let's move on. Cloud migration. It is a process of moving data, applications, and other business processes from an on-prem environment to cloud-based infrastructure, or from one cloud-based infrastructure to another cloud-based infrastructure. First, the planning phase, which is a blueprint for your success. Start with initial assessment. Audit existing systems, what moves and what stays. Cloud readiness. Can your legacy apps run in the cloud? Business case, calculate ROI. Will cloud cut costs by 30% or 50%? Strategy, hybrid, all-in, disaster recovery first. provider choice, AWS versus Azure versus Google Cloud. Match needs to specialities. Rush this phase and you'll pay later. Do it right and save millions. Let's move on. Implementation, actual migration of data, applications, and other resources to the cloud, which covers data migration, application migration, infrastructure migration, testing, optimization, and security. Migration types include rehost, which is lift and shift, replatform, which is lift, tinker, shift, repurchase, swap old software for SaaS, retire or retain, dump unused apps, keep some on-prem. Post-migration optimization, you can do with performance through auto-scaling CDNs, cost like right-sizing and reserved instances, and security optimization through encryption or IAM policies. Migrate smart, not just fast. Let's look at our final topic, which is cloud billing, where savings hide or vanish. Understand these models. Pay as you go. Per second billing like a taximeter, ideal for spiky workloads. Subscription, fixed monthly fee. Predictable budgeting, steady use. Pay per use, charges per API call or GB processed. Great for serverless. Hidden costs include data transfer fee. Moving data between regions or services costs more than storage. Idle resources, that forgotten VM, it's billing you $500 a month. Always use cost calculators, set billing alerts, audit monthly religiously. Cloud waste, it's 17 billion per year across the industry, so be mindful here. Thank you for joining this video on cloud fundamentals. Hope you liked it. In case if you have any questions, please reach out to us at programstrategyhu@gmail.com.